Let's talk about Dustin Runnels. His run with the company is going to come to an end in this era, and it's announced that even with his contract not expiring until January, that he will not be renewed. This was made public in like late November, early December, and that's not something you guys normally did. You know,
Mhm.
you would wait until the contract expired and then wish them well in their future endeavors on the website, that sort of thing. Do you remember or recall why this one was made public and in advance?
That was a Vince decision, 100%. And I don't know exactly why. I don't know his reasoning behind it. But and this might have been the period I had, because gosh, it's hard to remember all these time periods and what went on and what didn't. It may have been part of Dustin's period where he was having some drug and alcohol issues, and his reliability component took a hit. So I think if somebody held a gun to my head, that could have been part of the reason. But Dustin owned Gold Dust. He did. He did a fun. I love that character. Still find it very entertaining. I see little clips here, there, and yon. I remember some of the stuff we did where he had Tourette's. I thought was hilarious, very entertaining. So, and I've changed my view on that stuff a lot. I still don't believe that heels should be comedians,
Right.
personally. If somebody, if a talent is making somebody laugh, then how do I hate them? They entertain me. They make me laugh. To me, it's a conflict of interest in that respect. I don't remember all the details of it, but it could have been some issues there. And thank God Dustin's clean and sober, and he has been for years, and he looks great. The son of a bitch can still go out there and wrestle as good as anybody we got. He can have a selective booking. He can have a great match with just about anybody. I can tell you that uh, the match that Dustin had with Cody might have been. I'm trying to think of one that would top it. I can't off the top of my head. Might have been my favorite match that I called so far in AEW. That was just a piece of
At the
art.
first show of all things, too.
Yeah, just a piece of art.
It is.
Those guys should always look back on that night, that match, in that city fondly. You did your work, and the Dream would have been extremely pleased of how his two boys delivered in the spot in a very bright spotlight. You got to have a great match. It's not an option. You ought to just go out and have a good solid match. Nope, can't do it. You got to go above and beyond, and they did, and they succeeded.
Well, somebody else we should talk about in this era is Kevin Nash. Meltzer would say his contract is coming due in February, and he can't imagine that it's going to be renewed if it's in the reported $700,000 a year range. I know he's got a neck injury at the time, and Meltzer speculating that perhaps Nash might wind up in a creative role with the company. We know that he did his thing with WCW in a creative capacity. Why don't you think we ever saw Kevin contribute to WWE creative over
I
the
don't
years?
know. I've always thought that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Kevin's a sharp guy, smart, high IQ, has enormous product knowledge, a survivor. Uh, I I would have done all I could uh, within reason, which speaks strictly to the money. But I would have done all I could to get him involved in creative. He had a good time. He had good timing. He had a great feel for the game. Still does. So and look at his track record. I don't know how many 5-star matches Kevin Nash had, but I don't know that anybody gives a shit. He drew money. He was an attraction. People tuned in to see what he was going to do next more often than not. But I think that was a missed opportunity to not have him involved in creative.
We should mention that Raw, the next Raw is in Salt Lake City, and they're going to do Raw Roulette. I really like that concept, Raw Roulette. I know it's gimmicky. I know it's silly. I know it's a callback to spin the wheel, make the deal. But Raw Roulette, what did you think of that?
Well, I liked it because I suggested it.
Oh wow, okay.
I pat myself on the back, as my understanding would say, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back, redneck.
I love that.
Yeah. God, I miss him. We lost a lot of the heart and soul wrestling when guys like Monsoon passed.
Agreed.
Heenan, all those cats. And I was so lucky. I got to learn under those guys. I sat under those learning trees for as long as I was allowed. So what were we talking about?
Raw Roulette.
Raw Roulette. Yeah. Well, Vince wanted a gimmick and wanted an idea, and it made a little bit of sense. And yes, I did steal the basic concept from spin the wheel, make the deal. So, but it was just, I think Raw Roulette just had a good ring to it. And it was something we could control, and the matches could be provocative and entertaining and unpredictable. And there's old Eric doing his thing. So
it's a super fun segment. And we've also got on the same show, Goldberg and Triple H. We announced that match the prior week. The match itself here does a 4.4 rating, hell of a strong number. Of course, Evolution's still a thing, and Batista is under the learning tree of Triple H, and he's going to be paired with Shawn Michaels. If you're a young guy trying to, get your footing underneath you, I can't imagine a better dance partner for you than Shawn Michaels, right?
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah,
Shawn's doing a great job in his current role, and he's made all these wonderful life changes. He's doing a tremendous job as for lack of a better term, as a booker. Just from what I hear, he's loved with his team, and you got to have that. You got to have that. They got to be they have confidence in you, trust, very key, trust, and my God, he's just a great coach, great teacher. And it is a lot of guys that are great can't teach it. Shawn Michaels can teach and coach, and I'm happy for him, because I was there in the darkest days. I saw, here's a guy that didn't work for 4 years. I think it was 4 years, and he got paid lots of money.
Yeah, 4 years.
Vince loved him, and Vince always said he reminds me of me.
Mm.
So a little bit of a rebel, and very polarizing, shall we say.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what adfreeshows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-free shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that adfreeshows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. adfreeshows.com.